Good morning, everybody. This is Charlie, the Pennsylvania grain farmer, coming to you from sunny western Pennsylvania. It's Sunday, I think it's November the 6th, 2023, and I'm coming to you from Cory's farm. I'm in the cab of the F600, and it's about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. I just dumped the first load for the day. Yesterday, Cory had to do a couple repairs to his combine, so we didn't get started till about 2:30 in the afternoon, but I still hauled 14 dump truck loads of corn over here. We finished at his farm, and we're now showing at one of his rental farms, which is a couple miles away. So what I thought I'd do is make a video of the trip over, because I know a lot of people enjoy riding along in the F600, and also it's a beautiful day, and it's kind of, western Pennsylvania is kind of scenic, and I think it's a pretty ride going over there. It doesn't take too long, but I realize that this video isn't for everybody, because not everybody necessarily likes this sort of thing, but I just thought I'd do it because I enjoy driving this truck, and I enjoy farming in general, and this is just another day that I get to do something that I love. And in this case, now that my harvest is done and all that, we're working on Cory's harvest, and we're about at the halfway point right now. Have a little bit to go here on what amounts to a small highway, and then we'll be on the back roads here. Unfortunately, by this date, we're past the peak of the colored leaves. As you can see, most, other than like the oaks, most of the leaves have fallen off. So we're at that, and from that angle, we're, kind of at the gloomy time of the year. I know my wife hates it, those months that we don't have leaves on the trees and everything, because it just all looks so dead. Yeah, I've driven these roads for a long time. This is, one of the roads my school bus used to go on whenever I was a kid. Okay, and now we're officially going off-road. As I said, this is a farm that Cory rents. I forget how many acres are over here, 20 or 30 acres, but it's really pretty back in here. There used to be a house on this property at one time. Now there's just kind of like a barn / storage shed. I remember when I was a kid, one of my best friends lived in the farm next to this, and we would walk over here, and we would see the old house, and he called it the old Stormer place, and he used to talk about, he used to like to tell me how it was haunted, but that house is long gone. I'm not even sure when they tore it down, but to me this is one of the really pretty parts of the drive, because driving through here, it's kind of like you're going through a tunnel in between all these trees. And I know I was hauling until 10 o'clock last night, well after dark, and it especially seemed like a tunnel then. hoping to wrap it up today, because Cory still has 2 more rental properties to go. We finished one other rental property and the home farm, and so we're on the back side of it now. Cory brought his 2 wagons over just in case, I was hauling and I got delayed. His dad's running a combine today, as he has been for pretty much most of Cory's harvest. But we figured then he could dump into the wagons if he had to wait for me. But he hasn't had to use them yet. You can see there's a little bit of corn peeking over the top of the combine in the bin, and he's all ready to unload. I'm going to turn this camera off while he's augering into the truck here. There's no sense in wasting any time on that. Okay, we're loaded up, and we're going to make the trip back now. I have to kind of watch because there's kind of a steep edge on this field leading up to where this roadway is, so I have to kind of be careful. Yeah, right now I have a 2-speed rear end in this truck, and about a week ago it quit shifting between high and low range with this red knob here on the shifter. I know there are 2 different kinds of those. There was a vacuum type of shifter, and there was also electrical. This one is electrical, and my mechanic buddy Joe that always works on my Allers, he was up because although he's retired now and he's basically full-time working on tractors in his shop and farming, when he did work off the farm, his day job was as a mechanic for a trucking company, so he has lots of experience with trucks. And he was up the other day, Friday, I guess. Yeah, it was Friday, right before we got started hauling corn for the day. He came up and he just wanted to do kind of an initial diagnosis, and what he found is there's no power getting back to that shifter unit on the 2-speed axle itself. So he came up here to the cab, checked out this switch, and it's not getting power either. And then he was in the fuse box and checked the fuses, and all the fuses seem to be okay. So apparently, we're down to a bad wire somewhere along the line, or a bad ground or something. So he was going to have me take it up to his farm. He said because that might be a lengthy process, but I didn't want to do that because I'm using it right now for hauling corn. So as soon as Cory and I are done, I'll take it up on the mountain and drop it off at his place, and I know he'll get that and working right again. It's supposed to be about 63 degrees, which is, I think that's a little bit above average for us for this time of year. I believe I heard the other day on the TV weather report that this time of year we're usually about 58 as an average high. But we have had some nastier weather this past week. We did have a few days, and some of those days we shelled warm, where it was only in the 40s as a high, and the one night we had about 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches of snow, which that came overnight one night, and it melted off by noon the next day. Now, as you can see, this is the same way that we came in. However, when we get to the end of this little farm driveway, we came from the left, but I'm going to make a right-hand turn because this road kind of goes in a circle back to that highway. And I like to go back by going to the right only because the way we came on that little highway that I pointed out, I don't know how well it showed up on camera, but it's a somewhat steep hill that we were going down as we came over, but we'd have to go up as we came back, and I try to make it as easy on my truck as possible. So this way's there's a lot less grade, and it'll give you some different scenery to see. And as you probably, I think you can see through the windshield there, you can see some peaks of the Allegheny range of the Appalachian Mountains that I often point out during my videos. There's a guy down here. He was actually a student whenever I was a teacher, although I didn't have him in class. But he apparently some kind of mechanic, and look how he has all his stuff parked 2-3 feet out on the road. I just like to come here with a bulldozer sometimes and just push all that shit back in there where the hell it belongs. Yesterday they had a car then along with that stuff parked on the other side of the road, so I really had to snake my way through there. Watching his videos of riding in what he calls the Big Bubba truck, the old, I think it's a 1973 F600, and I always enjoyed it whenever he was taking his crops to market, and still do. I hope that he'll have some video of that again this year. Although I assume Cousin Scott will be helping him probably with his harvest as soybean farmer continues on his road to recovery, which, you know, I know that with God's help he'll be victorious here in the end. So here we are back at Cory's house again, and the bins. So all I'm going to do now is just back into the auger and unload this, and you've seen that before, so I'm going to pretty much end this video here. So I hope you enjoyed it.